Welcome to Angular tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn um, from end to end of Angular. So what is basically Angular means? People are wondering what exactly it is, everything, right? So when you are like a beginner and when you are new to Angular world, there are a lot of things you need to learn in Angular. Basically, Angular is a JavaScript framework and it built on the core JavaScript. So people wanted to make something out of JavaScript. So what they did is JavaScript only used to run in browsers and it has a good functionality, everything. So if I have to implement some of the code or any functionality, you have to write a lot of code. So instead of writing all that code, Angular made it so easy, and Angular uses JavaScript and built a lot of directives which is which can be used as a attributes in HTML tag itself. So now the HTML is no more static content display here, but you can plug in all this Angular stuff which is built on JavaScript and play around and customize the way you want, the way you interact with. Basically, Angular does is instead of reloading all the page, it can refresh whatever the content you want. Suppose you have a YouTube or you have a Gmail or you have any other um, video streaming website. So what you do in there is you have a very lot of content. So you have a static headers, or right side bar, left side bar, footer, everything, and the main content will be rendered in the middle of the screen. So what Angular does is instead of reloading all the content, it just brings whatever the content required, necessary, and update that particular part. So it keeps all the header, footer, sidebars, everything. And only thing is, whenever you click on a YouTube video, you see that the content will be refreshed, the header will be static, everything, and the URL will be changed because of the Angular URL routing. So this is the basic fund of Angular. So Angular used to build client-side application using HTML, as I said. So basically, as I said, Angular bootstrap JavaScript with HTML tags. You can use um, attributes, Angular attributes like ng for many of them are there. So you can use all of them, and it basically Angular bootstrap JavaScript with HTML tags. So Angular also used to make rich UI applications. So as I said, YouTube is a rich UI application. So you have a lot of videos streaming here, there, everywhere. So you can use Angular. That's why Google came with all these ideas. They wanted something which is robust and gives a good user experience and which can support rich UI applications. So Angular basically is maintained and built by Google, and Angular enhances UI experience for the users. Basically, Angular code is written in TypeScript language, and TypeScript is compiled into JavaScript, as I said. So TypeScript is basically a superset of JavaScript, and we know JavaScript can be always used in HTML pages. So TypeScript compiles into JavaScript, and that is used by HTML in turn.